What up, guys? Welcome back. So just a quick video talking about the iPhone 15 Plus. Once again, about 3 weeks later, 2 weeks, whatever it was, I've had this since launch. And just a follow-up video to my original video on this device and what I thought about it. I did drop a video that was like 48 hours or 3 days later, whatever it was, with this device and why I love this iPhone. And if you haven't seen that video, I will put the link up here so you can check it out. But if you're new to the channel, guys, hit that like, drop a sub. But let's check out some iPhone 15 Plus video and photo.
Right, guys, the iPhone 15 Plus, this is the front-facing camera, and it is basically, I don't know, 5:30 in the morning. And this is what the speaker sounds like. This is what the video looks like. It does a very good job in my opinion, because it is much darker out here than in what it looks like on video. So overall, I'm enjoying this phone a lot. Let me know what you think of the camera and the video.
Alright guys, this is 4K 60 on the iPhone 15 Plus. It is windy as hell, but look how good that video looks out here. I mean, don't get me wrong, conditions are really good right now, but look at the dynamic range that we get in the sky. This thing is a fantastic camera. Let me know how the audio sounds, if you can hear me clearly. There is a crap load of wind, so it might be a little windy sounding, but we can just zoom in 2 times actually. Zoom out, and then we can zoom out a little more. Fantastic looking video, 4K 60 right now on the iPhone 15 Plus. Let me know how this looks, let me know how this sounds. Of course, Apple video, always top notch when it comes to video, and always what I recommend to anyone if they want to use their cell phone for video. It's usually an iPhone, but let me know what you think of the stabilization too. I'm not using a gimbal, I'm literally just walking around holding the phone. Let me know. Alright guys, so let me know what you think of the video quality and the photos. Again, there are tons of channels that do just video and photo. This is literally just take my phone out, point, click, and we're done with photo and with video. That was 4K 60. I know it was a little windy and I know it was a little hard to hear because it was extremely windy out there when I was shooting that, but they just look really good. They're really good for a device like this. Now, it's still not a cheap device, but we're going to talk about that in a little bit, and I'll give you again my final thoughts on this device. Maybe not final thoughts, but I've been using this since launch. But first, we're going to get into something real quick because I've had a ton of comments on my wallpaper here, and everybody wants to know where to get this wallpaper from. So I'm going to show you where this wallpaper is. I did mention to everyone that left a comment about the wallpaper that it is just in the stock wallpaper section on the phone, but nobody could find it. So I'm going to show you where it is really quick. Very simple. Go into settings. You're going to scroll down, of course, to your wallpaper. And once you go to the wallpaper, add new wallpaper, and you're going to scroll down and you will find color. And if you just scroll over, you can see it's literally right there on color, and you can add it. You can even change the colors to whatever you want on here. So different gradients on here. If you would like a different gradient, you can go back. So it's very easy to find. They have a green. This is kind of a cool color too. Maybe which one you guys like for this video? We'll go with the light green gradient on here for these. And now we are good to go with this wallpaper. So muted wallpapers along with the muted colors on the back. Again, this does look white, but it is blue. So we also have a case right next to me. And this is because this iPhone is extremely slippery. Look, I hate to use this with a case. Get a case. I have a video on this case here, just something off Amazon. If you don't want to spend a lot of money, this is a fantastic case to get from a company called Taurus. I got a video on this. I'll put that in the cards as well. Very cheap. I think I paid like, I don't even remember, maybe 18, 19 bucks for this case, but it gives me all the protection I need, and it's MagSafe compatible, as you can see here, because, well, I have dropped this, and there are chips down here in this corner. There are chips up here in this corner, so just keep your device safe. These are very slippery. Now, the 15 Plus, in my opinion, this is still the device to get if you are looking to buy an iPhone. None of the iPhones are cheap unless you're going with the SE or something like that. Stay away from those right now. If you want to upgrade to a new device, I know people in the comments have upgraded from an 8 Plus all the way up to the 15 Plus. That is a huge upgrade, and you are going to love this device. So we're going to go over this real quick. I'm not going to get into all the specs because I have videos on that and a ton of videos on YouTube, but couple things about this phone I really like. So the first is the video and the photos. 48 megapixel camera on here. The new software, Photonic engine on here, does a very good job not only capturing good, clean, crispy video and photos, but after that, the processing power of this device with the A16 Bionic, all that goes into the new software with Photonic engine, the new software that catches and maintains your depth and allows you to go in and adjust the bokeh after you take a video, or I'm sorry, after you take a photo. You could just go in, edit it, and change your bokeh effect on there. I think it's very, very cool. As you can see here, this is just a portrait photo that I took earlier today. Here is another one. We can go in and edit it, and you can adjust the background. It's amazing. We can make it more blurry. It captures the depth on here, and it works seamlessly, flawlessly, and instantly. You guys saw how quick I did that. You can take it all out completely, or you can give it a little more blur to give you that bokeh, and I'm here for it. And as you can see how good that looks. It's a little blown out. Let me try and adjust the brightness so you can see it a little better. It's hard to capture it sometimes, but you can see how blurry that is now. I'll show you one more time with the brightness off a little bit. So as you can see, we are getting clearer and clearer to no blur on here. As you can see, no blur. And then we'll go back and we'll give it some more blur. So I love what they did here with the photos and the upgraded software, and pair that with the 48 megapixel camera on the back. The same cameras that were in the Pro models last year. So granted, we don't get the third lens like you get in the Pro, so we don't have that macro. But what we do have is digital zoom. And because it's now 48 megapixels, when we go in 2x or 3x with digital zoom, we're not losing a lot. So you're still getting good crispy images. And I think it was Mr. Who's the Boss who dropped a video comparing the 14 Pro or the 14 Pro Max to this device or the 15. And side by side, this was taking better pictures, crispier pictures, because of what Apple has done this year on their new devices. So just keep that in mind. If you have a 14, I probably still personally would not upgrade. If I had the 14 Pro or the 14 Pro Max, I probably would not upgrade. It's just, I don't know, the changes are minimal. I mean, if you want to do it, you're gonna get better battery life, but it's not like the 14 Pro Max has bad battery life anyway. Anything older than that, I would probably recommend upgrading. But if you're in an iPhone 14, I would probably wait another year and do the upgrade next year on the next device. But anything older than that, this is the device to get. The 15 Pro and the 15 Pro Max, it's a crapshoot right now. I'm still seeing people that are having overheating problems. I am not on this device. I've heard other people with the 15 and the 15 Plus overheating. I've never seen it. It's just, I don't know. I think people are freaking out for no reason, but I know that it is true on the Pro models of the iPhones, and some people have no problems either with those. So you never know what you're gonna get, and that's the problem. With the 15 Plus, I've had zero issues. 4K 60 video. I've even shot a few YouTube videos that you guys don't even know about, but maybe have watched already with this device. Shooting a YouTube video with an iPhone, well, with any phone these days, it just looks great. You're not going to be able to tell the difference between this and using my Sony camera that I'm using right now. So the iPhone 15 Plus, another thing, another positive about this device, it's 2-day battery life. 2-day battery life on here all day. I don't even check screen on time. I don't care anymore. I don't need to because I use this device for 2 days before I have to charge this guy up. It lasts for days. I barely charge it. I don't remember the last time I charged this device. I think I put it on a charger 2 days ago for maybe, I don't know, 30 minutes or whatever it was. Not the fastest when it comes to charging, but when it has battery life like this, does it really matter? You set this down for 30 minutes to an hour and you're good for a day, day and a half. And it's just a beautiful thing. Now, the one thing where, iPhones catch a lot of heat, especially the 15 and the 15 Plus, is it's not 120 hertz. Now, again, it might be the 1% that don't like that. It might be the tech nerds like myself and everybody watching. We are all tech nerds. We all care about 120 hertz or 90 hertz or what the refresh rate is and how much the price. And we should, right? We should, because somebody has to care, and it's us that do care. I said in the earlier videos that it doesn't bother me that much, but the more I think about it, this phone and the 15 should have been at least 90 hertz. Without a doubt, should have been 90 hertz because this is not a $500 phone. It is not a cheap phone. This is a very expensive phone, and it gets more expensive, of course, the more storage you have. So I get why they did it. They have to separate. If this had 120 hertz, there would be no need to buy the Pro model at all. And that goes for the Pro and the Pro Max. Building a titanium phone is not going to make me want the phone. I don't give a crap that it's titanium or stainless steel like last year. Aluminum is just fine to me. It's even lighter and probably more comfortable than the Pro models. But if this was 120 hertz, there would be absolutely no need to buy a Pro phone. That is really where they separate. What else do we get? A better build, right? The extra macro lens, which is good. I'll give it, give credit where credit is due. It is very good. The cameras on the Pro models are very good. These are really good as well. I do have digital zoom that does give me some crispy images, and the video quality on here is still fantastic. So if this was 120 hertz, for me, it would be just, I don't think I'd have anything to complain about. You can justify the price. You can justify everything. If this had 120 hertz or even 90 hertz would be better. Now, yes, 60 hertz on an iPhone is very smooth. We all know that. We've known that for years, but that is not the point. It's time to get rid of 60 hertz. It's time. 90 hertz would have separated still, and it would have done the job just fine. You can do it side by side with a phone that is 120 hertz, and you will notice a difference. If you're coming from an older iPhone, you probably won't notice any difference at all because it's still 60 hertz. But we are getting Android devices now that are $300, $400 that are running 120 hertz all day long, and we can find them all over the place. So it's time. Maybe next year we'll get that, but we'll have to see where Apple separates it from. So where are they going to separate the Plus model and the regular iPhone to the Pro models if these devices here, the lower end iPhones, have the same refresh rate as the Pro model? So regardless of all that, that's the one downside with this device. This device is the one iPhone that I would recommend this year. This has been a very nice experience. I did not expect to like this device as much. And literally the only reason I bought this device is because the Pro Max versions, the shipping dates were so far out when I finally went to order one that the Plus was the one that I went for. And I'm very happy that I did. I already canceled my order for the Pro Max. I don't care about it. I'm sticking with the Plus. I did try the 15, and the Plus is the way to go in my opinion. Bright enough, the speakers are great. I have had some software issues, but I am running a beta iOS 17, so the software issues are more related to the beta. But if you are having software issues as well, let me know. I've had the camera freeze on me a few times and other apps that would just freeze on me here and there. It's not a lot. It doesn't happen often, but if it happens once or twice, it's noticeable. So just be aware of that. If you're using the beta, I would like to know if you are having some issues as well. So the cameras on here, excellent. The battery on here, excellent. 6.7-inch display on here is fantastic. This phone does everything you could want it to do. You can game on it. The A16 Bionic is still a beast. Doesn't matter if it's last year's chip. It is a beast, and it will remain a beast for years and years to come. Very lightweight on here. The muted matte colors on here. You're not going to leave a fingerprint on any iPhone model this year. You're just not going to see a fingerprint. And that is something that we could never say in the past. You know, fingerprints were everywhere on iPhones in the past. Some of the colors here and there had the matte finish where maybe you wouldn't see it, but this year, no fingerprints at all. But throw a case on it, super slippery. You're gonna drop it if you don't. Talked about the wallpapers. For those that didn't see it, in the beginning of this video, there are a ton of questions on what wallpaper I was using. I did show you where it is. You can find it, and let me know what you think of the video and the photos from the beginning of the video. Again, just a quick follow-up on why I think this is the iPhone to get. You know, a lot of good things here. The one bad thing is the refresh rate. Other than that, this iPhone is a beast, and I am very pleased with it, and I'm going to be using it until next year, till the new phone comes out. That's it, guys. I'll be back soon. Peace.